So your pre-board exam is coming very soon. She started yawning before hearing that. Handwriting was the worst one. In class, very nice handwriting. Copy, JPT. JPT, they say, no? Such type of handwriting then. What is that? Must write nicely. So out of 19th chapter, today we are discussing 6th chapter. And next day 7th chapter. In that way we will discuss. Your sport week is also going to be over, right?
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow is the
Last day.
last day.
Closing ceremony.
Closing ceremony also at there, right? And then again one day will come to provide that sports medals, certificates.
A new stage.
New stage, why not? Brand new stage in Anupam Vidya Sadan.
My mom also saw Siva, so
So we are going to inaugurate this stage on Saraswati Puja. Grand day, right? Would be very lovely also. Nature and environment. In nature and environment, we'll remember one scientist. What is the name of that scientist? Yeah, right. A.G. Tansley. Why to remember him? Because he used the term ecosystem for the first time, right? So ecosystem is how to define ecosystem? How to define
that have living and non-living
components? Means structural and functional unit of ecology. Structural and functional unit of ecology, which consists mainly two factors. What are they? Biotic factors and abiotic factors. Living things and non-living things. A.G. Tansley, you can see here, in 1935 AD, English scientist. Biotic factors are living components. Abiotic factors are, what are they? Non-living components. In the absence of living, non-living cannot do anything. There is no importance, no? And if there is no non-living components, we cannot survive. Very interesting. We cannot survive if there are no non-living things also. For example, if there is no air, can you survive? If there is no water, can you survive? No sunlight, can you survive? So, there is interdependency. Actually, all organisms, they have an equal role in ecosystem, and especially in ecosystem there is transfer of energy from one organism to another organism, right? Like producer to consumer, consumer to decomposer, again decomposer to producer, goes like that. Components of ecosystem, what are the components? Main component, a biotic component and biotic component. Abiotic means they are non-living, especially air, solar energy, water and soil. These are four abiotic components, non-living things. They are the major pillars of abiotic components, four pillars. Biotic components, they include living things, especially plants, animals. In biotic component, there comes mainly plants and animals only, right? And there are others also. Like, are there decomposers or not? Decomposers, they belong to Monera, they belong to fungi, right? Or protista. So biotic components can be categorized into three groups. What are they? Producer, next one consumer, third one decomposer. Producer, consumer and decomposer. What does the producer do? What do producers do? They produce, they manufacture what? Food. So that process is called photosynthesis. What do you call it? Photosynthesis. So in photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water in presence of sunlight, and what is the next important thing? Chlorophyll. What do they give? C6H12O6 plus oxygen gas is also produced. See, this is photosynthesis. This is the main food. Other foods are also produced. Consumers can be categorized into three types. What are they? Primary consumer, secondary consumer, primary, secondary, and tertiary. Which feed on plants, they are primary consumer. Which feed on plants and primary consumers, they are secondary consumers. Which feed on primary consumer and secondary consumer, they are tertiary consumer. There is a relation. Primary consumers feed on producer. Secondary consumers feed on primary consumer as well as
Second.
producers. And tertiary consumers, they are carnivores. They do not feed on plants.
And top consumer.
No, tertiary and top, that is same. Tertiary and top. How many types of ecosystem are here? See, mainly two types of ecosystem, right? What are they?
Terrestrial.
One is terrestrial ecosystem, another is aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial is ecosystem is also called land ecosystem. Aquatic is also called water ecosystem. So terrestrial ecosystem are of how many types?
Three.
What are they? Grassland, forest, and desert. Pond ecosystem,
Aquatic.
lake ecosystem, and ocean ecosystem. They belong to aquatic ecosystem. Right? Whatever there is ecosystem, there are mainly two factors. What are they? Biotic factor and abiotic factor. So, which ecosystem is this?
Grassland.
This is grassland ecosystem. What is the producer?
Grass.
Grass. Is eaten by grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten by frog. Frog is eaten by snake. And snake is eaten by eagle. See, one organism eats another, and that is also in danger zone because it is eaten by a next one, right? So there is the process of continuous eating and being eaten. One eats from that side, but the chance of eaten by others. And abiotic factors: air, soil, minerals, solar energy, etc. Again, I think this is the thing. So just you have to remember, and mainly which are the decomposers? Especially decomposers are bacteria and fungi. What are they?
Bacteria and fungi.
What do? They act on dead and decaying organism and change into simpler and soluble form. If you keep food in any open space for some days, will it get decayed or not? It will change into, it means foul smell comes because some bacteria may act on it later on. It may mix with soil, change into humus. So next one is here food chain. What is the definition of food chain? Is there any definition of food chain?
The transfer of energy.
Transfer of energy.
One organism is eaten by another.
Transfer of energy
And
from one organism to another organism, one trophic level to another trophic level by the process of repeated eating and being eaten. Repeated eating and being eaten. Okay. So here is example of food chain. Corn eaten by rat eaten by all. Carrot eaten by a rabbit eaten by fox. Grasshopper, frog, python, eagle. But in the world, there is no only one ecosystem. There are billions of ecosystem and they are connected to each other. That interconnected ecosystems are called food webs. When the ecosystems are connected with each other, what is it called? Food web. Grass is eaten by different organisms, they are eaten by different ones. Yes or no? And next portion is here, interrelationship among organisms, right? Organisms. What are different interrelationship of organisms? Number one, symbiosis or mutualism. What is this? Symbiosis or mutualism means both are benefited. Both are benefited. See, here, hummingbird is getting nectar from this flower. It is getting benefited. And when hummingbird flies from one place to another, pollen grains are transported or not? Means the plant is also benefited. That is symbiosis or mutualism. What is here? Commensalism. What happens in commensalism? One organism is benefited, in the other organism there is no any response, right? So these small birds are called egret. What are they? When the cow moves in that grassland, grazing the grass, these birds also go near to it. Why? To get some grass. Whenever the animals reach here, when the cow grazes the grass, at that time, insects which are over there, they just come out, and that is the food of egret. Okay, that is it. Here are examples. Parasitism. What type of relation is this? One organism is benefited, another is harmed. Mosquito Mayalu, right? Odus also, opium also, bed bug, flea. Competition. What happens in competition? They compete each other, right? So let's see, wolf and bear compete for hunting organisms. And what is the next one here? Predation. In predation, what happens? Right? In government book, only this much is given, right? But in our book, it is given causes of extinction of organisms, right? Are there causes of extinction or not? Right. 3 points are given, right? What is the first point? Migration of organism. Second one? Third one? Okay. So that is given extra in our book. So we have to focus on that things also, right? Okay, children. Now here are some MCQs. Shall we discuss? What is the first one? Which of the given organism decomposer? Mushroom, right? What is the relationship made between producer and consumer on the basis of nutrition supply? What is that? Food chain, right? Producer and consumer, living beings and non-living beings. That is ecosystem. But here this one. Which type of interaction is found in lichens of tree bark? What is that? Commensalism. Mutualism. Number D. In biotic interaction, prey sucks the food from host. What happens in this interaction? Only one organism is benefited. Prey sucks the food from host. Like mosquito sucks blood from our body. We are harmed, they are benefited, right? Okay. Like these questions, you need to practice. Now I have to give you some tasks. That is, right now you can do number J only. Only one work to do. This is the one. Can you see this one? Children. Hello. Hey. Tara. Mara. Your eyes are able to focus on this, or should I make bigger one? Make bigger? Okay. Because of small thing. Smart boards matter is like this. Okay, see here. Can you see? Okay, this is your classwork, right? Study ecosystem given the picture and answer the following question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? Okay, start.